French warships from the West Indies, blocking his escape. Thinking he had he was trapped. For his own survival, and the survival of the remnants of the British loyalist infantry and dragoons, the horse-mounted swordsmen, Cornwallis surrendered the Great Britain in the colonies, handing over to George Washington victory. None of that would have occurred had it not been for Kings Mountain. Period. Hard stop. And now you know, as Paul Harvey would say, the rest of the story. So that when Sir Henry Clinton, the leader of the British forces in the colonies, was later asked, paraphrasing, what happened? How did you lose this? It was all going your way. His answer, and I'm not paraphrasing now, verbatim, Kings Mountain was the first link in a chain of evils that led to the total loss of America. And there you have it. That's an encapsulated story of why we're here and why it's important for those that care about knowing, the men and the women that were involved that won America, the Patriot Militia at the Battle of Kings Mountain. I hope you found that of some value, Denny and others. Kilo 3 Delta Mike from Kilo 4 Mike, back to you. Saying hip hip huzzah. Good patriotic dog there. All right, well, thanks for your question, your check-in, your attentiveness, and for being a fellow historian there. And please do let that story ignite the ember within you into a flame of the American spirit. If that happens, then I've done my job, and you as well. All right, let's go to David, Johnstown, Pennsylvania, November 3, Yankee Foxtrot Oscar from Kilo 4 Mike, Markin, North Carolina. Good evening. Thank you for your patience. Over. On the Kilo 4 Mike QRZ page, Anthony Caruso's book, America's the America Frontier, the first surge westward is the book, and chapter. A wonderful book is devoted to the Over-Mountain men and their victory at Kings Mountain there. But he's all about the Cumberland Plateau and that surge westward there. So, all right, very good. Well, listen, it's a pleasure to meet you.
Hit or miss. Some of them are good and some of them are bad, and the only thing you can really probably do is replace them. I mean, I don't know. I guess you could put chokes on the feed wire, if it's something that's like a portable light or something. But if it's installed in a fixture that's hardwired, that would be hard to do. So
that's what I'm doing. I'm going to be taking her out and taking her to doctor's appointments and Roger.
Then I'll take her out to get something to eat after that.
Yeah.
And we may go see a movie.
Yeah.
Quit doubling with him, Johnny.
I'm sorry. Did I double some more? I apologize.
3 times.
Just say excuse me, John.
I did not. When he would unkey, I would say yeah. That is not doubling. No. I'm sorry, Andy. If this radio thing works faster than that brain of yours.
Wilkie might be having another stroke.
Maybe. Oh, okay. Yeah, tell him to put a wire on.
Well, that's what I told him. I told him what I had up. He asked me what all kind of antennas I had, and I told him what all I had up. I said, build your wire antenna if you got some trees or something otherwhere around where you can put up. He said he did. I said, well, I'd put up me a wire antenna.
Roger.
I told him if he had enough real estate, if he put him up a delta loop, he'd be well pleased with that.
Oh, yeah.
Well, man, Tom, I hadn't heard you in a while.
Yes, sir. How you been?
I've been fine. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing good. Doing good. Just slow. But yeah, you gonna be there Saturday? Or you gonna be able to make it?
Oh yeah.
Well, good deal.
What about you?
We gathering up tonight. We're gonna leave out in the morning. But I don't know where we're gonna stop along the way. We may have to stop early. Depends on my driving.
Yeah. Well, we're going up and spend the night with my daughter, and then go on up Saturday morning.
Yes, sir. Are we supposed to be trying to bring anything? It's going to be hard for me to bring it from down here.
Last I saw, Justin posted, he had everything except dessert, so if you wanted to bring a dessert, that would be fine.
Availability of homeowners insurance.
KG4EMB.
Yeah, like I said, I've got a little bit of QRM here, and I got a light copy on you, but I know I've got some relay stations out there that probably hear you better than me, but I can't hear you. Hey, it's good having you on here, and like I said, you're on number 14 there, kiddo.
Agree with you.
I mean, if I was in a situation and someone...
And then the next week they went out there and put a double stacked beans. I mean, he had the whole 9 yards. I mean, and he always said he wanted to see that.
Wrong. Should not even bring that up, even if he refuses.
Yeah, but anyway, there is something else you could do, and I kind of did with the guy, and he didn't really seem to make that much of it, but I told him, look, if the connections are bad and they're arcing, not making a good connection, that causes radio interference. But if the connection is even worse, you got no electric fence. You know, you may have dead spots in your fence, which your animals could get out. So, you know, I'm doing you a favor by fixing it because I fixed my interference problem, but I ensure your fence is operating 100%. So you kind of like that. And same thing, I mean, I don't know, maybe you could lead the guy to believe that those light bulbs, if they're causing interference, may be wasting electricity or going bad or something like that, you know, they need to be replaced.
About 240. Well, what are you talking about?
You have to get a lock bell or two.
The lock bell is stoned up.
Well, it's just the brakes.
Yeah, I'm trying.
Up here, 58, I think, 60, something like that.
And he looked at that and says, "Oh well, blood pressure is perfect. So you can stop right there. We don't have to go any further." Well, of course they did.
Yes, sir. I finally got my dizziness and all straightened out.
And I appreciate it.
Football now, and I don't stray over it. I better get in there and see what she's doing.
Has it? Tell them to come back again. To the operators within the Ocala, Florida area. And this is with Apple Ralph uniform for the Ocala, Florida area. ERC HF amateur radio phone net for ID. But in the middle of the summer when it is your call sign. I like it. I don't use it much. I'm using this RE-22. Now, what do you think about it?
Oh, they're okay, but I don't know. I just kind of got out of the boom mic business, and I don't know. I guess a guy could get.
Yo tengo nadie aquí, toda mi familia está en salud. No sé qué si es el changarro como dicen en izquierda.
Al from W5PLT and N5 QIX, the rear one's here in New Orleans, 73, Chris. Up for grab. North Carolina, associate number 285. Let's see if we can swing down and get our last contact for the night. Whiskey 5, Tango, Foxtrot Tango from W5PLT. You out there, Justin? Hey, this is K9ZB. Do you copy?
Copying November Yankee 3 India Matt in Pennsylvania. Did you hear him come back to me?
I did, and that's what got me surprised because he was using that logger, but I did not hear anything.
Yeah, well, I will go ahead and share this with you. Sometimes people that log in that logger are just
Schwarzenegger, and somebody there saw them both sitting together, and they really thought they were the two actors. They were in some movie called Twins. And
oh, yeah.
Thanks to get that stuff in Germany, apple core is hard apple cider, about 30% alcohol, so it's about 60 proof.
Very happy to hear that ham radio pulled you through and you're back to normal, and that is wonderful news on that. Well, the way I met Charlie is when I was first doing shortwave listening. That was at the age of about 8 years old. We had got operating
within the rules on the East Coast and on the West Coast, and then all of a sudden they collide, and then the tempers start flaring. You know, it's like, come on, people. So it's pretty easy. If you've been logging your contacts, you know, who was there first, and somebody. That's why we're here on 7220. We were down on 7195, ran into a guy out in New Mexico. He owns the frequency. Get out of my way. Shut up. So, you know, here we are, and he's down there, I'll bet you, right now. So, anyway. All right, nothing heard from Matt.
You know, and, sometimes you just got to make the time and get on the air. And, but, you know, the one thing really nice about amateur radio is that, you know, you got such a broad spectrum of things that you can do with it. It's really truly amazing, you know, depending on your technical level and skill. I mean, there's, you know, besides all the modes and all the bands, you know, if you're really into, building accessories for the amateur radio station or tinkering around with the with your equipment, you know, I mean, it's just a wide variety of things you can do. So, in any case, sit back and enjoy. It sounds like you still got a few years to retire, so you can find your little niche and make it happen.
And, yeah, that's the same. So far, you know, something you worked on stuff already, so that's
without a doubt. I know the AARL has, AARL has a nice magazine. You know, of course they put out QST, but they put out a more technical journal. I'm trying to think of the name of it, but it is free with their membership. And so it's a nice one if you're kind of more, technically inclined. And, they combine both, not only the circuitry, but as well as the software. It's kind of an interesting, interesting twist if you kind of really get into it. So, but anyway, that sounds wonderful. It sounds like you, looks like you kind of do both sides of it. Operate as well as be a little bit more technically inclined, and of course there's a lot of open source projects that utilize amateur radio, so there's a lot of ways to contribute.
Tour stateside and the XR welcome. All we ask is that you QSL all the contacts that you make on our net. Are there any questions or comments before we look for more check-ins?
David.
Michael 4, Delta Fox.
Number 4, John.
QSL, I have you 59 plus November, Charlie, North Carolina. Name here is James.
Mira, porque después...
That's a new login, so I haven't logged it. Good chance
Was it an enjoyable ride?
Oh, yeah, very enjoyable.
I'm saying you can hear me. November 4, Ocean 5 X-ray. Southeast Florida, you're about 5 over 9 here into Indianapolis, Indiana, just a few blocks northwest of the racetrack. Go ahead.
Boy, you didn't want them charging at you with storage points, because they could...
Pasan nosotros aquí, pues aquí en la frontera, Manu.
W2MAUE, and I was talking to Captain Mike. Now this...
01454, report at 430, jet edge 827.
Okay, and confirm you're climbing now?
Hey, no, we're climbing now.
Give it, and you got the time check. Read that correctly.
Visibility 10 kilometers or more. Cloud, static at 1,100 feet. Temperature minor, dew point minor, QNH 1016. Stockholm Arlanda, Matterport. Stockholm Arlanda at 0120. Wind.
Nadie abortó la misión por allá, campeón. A ver, si nosotros reportamos allá adelante, pasaría. Van a ver. Han dado vuelta acá. Aquí para acá y no para acá. Los sacadores acá. Está copiado. Thank you, Gander. Player 846 Gander Radio, SL call check. Foxtrot Golf Charlie Mike.
Until 0600.
Thank you, Gander.
Do you also have a Sigma Echo 11, Sigma Echo 11? That's for embedded thunderstorms as well, is that for turbulence? Yeah, that's for the tropical cyclone Philippe. 20% of that, correct?
Forecast minimum temperature based on the 6 at 0
All right, thank you.
Net report. Zurich at 0120 Zulu.
Thank you, Gander. Thank you. Gander, Delta 5A, Gander Radio, cell contact Romeo Sierra Charlie Golf. Call on. Thank you, Gander. Hey, Gander Radio. We're shooting 2087. Gander 2087, Gander Radio, CPDLC with Gander Domestic next. Cell contact, Papa Quebec Kilo Sierra. 087, so call watch. Thank you, Gander.
Día que hemos trabajado como ayer 30 aquí. El día de 4, ayer 30 aquí.
On Lima 454 to what? Go ahead.
Okay. Temperature 11.
Okay, so we get a new route to keep it clear of the weather, please. Requesting new route that will keep you clear of the weather. That's 0105.
West 4020 North 02405.
La bacteria con mi cuerpo. La bacteria del chuto con mi cuerpo.
I can clearly see there's a drive motor that's separate from the blades, but I don't see the top of the blade, is it a single motor that's got a belt between the two blades, or is it one?
You think people want to hear, or what they really do want to hear, just tell them the truth and everything will work out fine. But no, they don't do that. They want to bad about nothing. God's against. They try to make it sound, well, it's okay if you do it this way or that way or whatever. And a lot of them even say, well, there's, you can just throw the old chassis. Bachelor's Wayne, and that is, he'll be home about the preacher out here today that just preached because it's a job. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Well, you know, I don't try to, you know, look down on them. They're human beings. Oh, absolutely. I'm not sure if there's no burn in hell or nothing, but they need to.
Lo queremos mucho, lo extrañamos, Roberto.
5-9 both ways, sir. Roger, roger, thank you. All righty, let's see here. Next one to go for is line number 45. Kilo Oscar 4, Romeo Alpha Alpha. Kilo Oscar 4, Romeo Alpha Alpha. Houston, Tennessee. This is Kilo Bravo 2 Delta. Romeo, do you copy?
Summer has broken and we're finally headed to fall. Over.
Sounds like you're doing well, though, Dan.
Yeah, doing fine, Ken. Propagation is good to Arkansas tonight. I heard Chandler a little bit earlier. He was down a little bit from usual. Gary's 40 over. Of course, he's just up the road from me. And you're a good solid S9 and 10 over on peaks tonight, Ken. Over.
Well, you got the transmission up ahead.
Vanity call for the Over Mountain Victory Trail, OVT, W4OVT. Clarence, 7-3, thank you so very much for stopping by. Over.
Okay. And since you mentioned the jury on the Gizmo guy, my doctor, he's deceased now, but he was a ham, and he was always worried about all the jewelry that Lane used to wear. Okay, 73s, and I think you need to pick up a few more there. But I enjoyed it. Been sitting here for about an hour listening and really enjoyed it. So 73s, this is W84MYO.
Kilo Fox 4, Tango X-Ray Quebec.
All right, I heard a Kilo Fox 4 station pretty weak, but I'll call you here shortly. Let me get Larry on the stop here, and all the best, Clarence. An honor to speak to you. Kilo India 4, Delta November, Oscar, Bartow, Florida. Welcome to Kilo 4, Mike. Good evening, Larry.
No tiene apetito de nada.
Oh yeah, I mean, I keep trying to, get where I feel like I've reached critical mass with the Revolutionary War, so I can go join my Civil War brethren, because I am just about ignorant when it comes to the Civil War. Well, I immediately make them mad because I don't call it a civil war. I think our Revolutionary War was a civil war. By definition, a civil war is where two sides want what the other has. In our Civil War, the South wanted to be left alone. It was, I think, better described as the War of Northern Aggression. But that gets me in all kinds of arguments. And, historians love to argue. And that's a true statement. Okay, all right, Larry. Nice to have you back, returning for more punishment there. So thank you so much for your repeated check-in and your attention. It's much appreciated, and for your kind words. Kilo India 4, Delta November, Oscar, Bartow, Florida. 7-3, Larry. Okay, very good. Yeah, well, Davis, a lot of people are very proud of George Washington, and my comments about him was an amazing man, deserving of all kinds of the accolades, what I like to say, the lionizing, a lot of very appropriate lionizing of George Washington as a statesman, and did a super job as our first president. And if you do much reading about Washington, he really wrestled, mostly through temptation from his handlers, to follow the footsteps of King George III in terms of having a monarchy. And Washington turned away from that temptation of power, that nutrient to the ego that consumes most people who have that before them, the option, the opportunity. And to Washington's credit, he shot down those advisors, suggesting that he take advantage and clean house, lay down the wall. But Washington was like, that's just all counterintuitive to everything we've been fighting for. And he Washington, if I can use an extremely improper term, sucked. He was very lacking and just made a series of blunders, including leading up to the surrender at Yorktown. If you do the history of what really happened, Washington advocated yet another attack on New York. While they had Cornwallis trapped, Washington said, hey boys, let's all
Atitlán, Puebla.
Yeah, so his blunders. Look at the book called The Indispensables. Those volunteers that carried Washington across the Delaware. That story that has been so told and so bragged on. It wasn't Washington and the Continentals. It was volunteers. Had they not shown up with their boats, it would be, guess who? Cornwallis, that was marching to massacre Washington and the remnants. The same man that would ultimately offer terms of surrender. I mean, this stuff is just too connected sometimes, but it's very interesting. And I've had people ask me, they say, well, why do you think Washington was trying to leave what appeared to be certain victory and surrender? Why would he be advocating this whole New York strategy? And my own personal theory is he was trying to distance himself from the embarrassment and the humiliation of the successes of the Patriot militia in the South that he was unable to achieve. That's my own opinion. I've never read that anywhere. So we'll see. Okay. Yes, Henry, I did see your notes. I saw your notes about black powder and repairing guns and stuff. I'll have to ask you sometime if you've ever worked with a Deckard rifle. Or a Ferguson rifle. A whole nother interesting part of this story. The British could have had a rifle that had a improved design by who? Patrick Ferguson, the commander who lost the battle at Kings Mountain. I mean, you can't make this stuff up. And it was a breech-loading rifle that could fire. If you do a Google search on YouTube for Ricky Roberts, Ricky, R-I-C-K-Y, Roberts, and Ferguson rifle, and you will see him demonstrate how fast and how many shots you can get off in 1 minute. I think it's a minute. Maybe it's 2 minutes. It's a bunch compared to 1 to 2 reloading of a Deckard or Kentucky long rifle. So that begs the question, well, why wasn't the Ferguson rifle approved for the colonies? The answer was lack of reliability. That stock was so complicated and it was so heavy that the wood that held it to the stock and to the barrel kept blowing apart, and they didn't have many spare parts, whereas they had plenty of spare parts for the French Charleville muskets and the Brown Bess muskets. So yeah, look up the Ferguson rifle. We haven't talked about that this week, but that's a huge story. And it was the rifle that won the day at Kings Mountain. Had those men come up that mountain and met rifle fire from working Ferguson rifles, that battle would have had a completely different outcome. So while some of these blue-haired people are running around the country with this anti-gun agenda, the more that you learn about Kings Mountain, you can wave that proudly and accurately that had it not been for guns, there would have been no America. Period. Hard stop. So they can get on their anti-gun campaign all day long. But it was guns, specifically rifles, that not only won Kings Mountain, but led to the language in the Second Amendment, a well-regulated militia, where I find even the most ardent 2A supporters or NRA, lifetime members, when I ask the question, where did that phrase come from? What does that exactly talk about? Gee, I've never thought about it. I don't know. You ever heard of Kings Mountain? No? What's that? So I asked them if they have a few minutes. A few minutes. I hear the laughter. All right, we're wrapping up here. So for those that are still here, let's see. A bunch of chat messages here. Henry, yes, I saw your note there. That's awesome. We got to talk more about your building. Davis is back with me. You should look into the Chestertown Tea Party, another minor local event occurred after the Boston Tea Party. Yeah. Davis writes about the drunken locals. Well, you know, that's what happened with the Boston Massacre that wasn't one. You had these patriots. They were a bunch of drunks, and they would get together in the pub every night of the week. And then they'd get all drunk, and they would go find a cobblestone or a stick or a log, go down to the guard shack where the guard there, and would start harassing, hurling not only stones and logs and anything they could find, but of course insults. And finally, the sergeant at arms, he said, "I've had enough of this." They kept getting woken up about 1 to 2 in the morning. And he ordered a garrison to get dressed, and they marched out to the gate. And it was there where that shot rang out and hit Crispus Attucks. And that's a whole other interesting story. Turns out Crispus Attucks was the son of a Melugeon, not African American. Do your research. Yeah, so very good. So yeah, drunken, that's what kicked off. Alcohol kicked off the Revolutionary War. Just like it's ruining ham radio at night on 75 meters. Check out Grumpy Old Hams on YouTube. See for yourself. All right, let's see. So, all right, I'll check that out. The Chester River. Very good. And founded in 1782, Washington College, first college chartered in the sovereign United States of America. That's cool. And all right, that's some good history there. But I bet you didn't hear a lot of what I was quoting as historic fact, as all the people are lionizing George Washington. Deservingly so, as you write. Integrity, determination, curiosity, civility, leadership, and moral courage. And yeah, all that's very, very valid. But he was a horrible military strategist. There's no getting around it. But you can ignore it, as most historians have, because we like our heroes. We demand our heroes. We must have them. Do not disparage them. We need them. Doesn't matter what they've done. Maybe. All right. That's about it. Unless I've made somebody mad. I don't mean to. Just trying to, who was it? Jack Webb on Dragnet. Just the facts, ma'am. All right. Kilo 4 Mike. Let me open it up. Who's mad at me? Ah, that's good. Nobody throwing RF darts. Well, Stewie, history does seem to offend many these days. What mostly offends me are these blue-haired people that go all over the country and are wanting to destroy the monuments, the history that reflects this proud nation. All they want to do is destroy. They have no vision. They have no Constitution, no Bill of Rights. They have no plan for a better tomorrow. Their only plan after they sleep till 3 in the afternoon is to roll over, look at their phone to see where that night's destruction is supposed to happen. Now, these are people who have grown up now, and now they're getting into they're getting the Board of Elections and the Board of Commissioners, and they're getting into the justice system, and they've applied themselves, realizing they don't have to come down the driveways of America and take the fight to individuals. They just have to start infiltrating our infrastructure, become sitting on the board of where the library makes decision of what books are included, which ones aren't. So, you know, that's what's happening in America right now, is you've got this woke agenda, and they are positioning themselves where most of us are not. We're not there. We're not sharing the risk. We're not running for office. We're all sitting back talking about how bad things were. I was in Charlottesville when that whole deal went down. I was there the night before when the Virginia professor who had the only permit of any of those groups, and we were protesting against the destruction of the Robert E. Lee statue, and there was no counter-protesters except just a few. And peaceful. We had no problem. We did our thing. All of that other
I said the
premise group, and then you had the blue-haired protesters, the Antifa group. Yeah, it's very interesting how the news gets spun, especially that kid that was from Ohio that ended up running over that girl. I could tell you the rest of what happened there, but that's another time. Okay, I don't know what you mean by try that in a small town, David. Okay, we're going to wrap up here. We didn't get to 40, but that's okay. We're not here for a quota of check-ins. We're here for a transfer of information. And I want to thank those of you who brought some information here that I've learned from, and I hope others have benefited from all of this evening's activation. So that's it. We'll probably be on 20 meters again tomorrow during the day, back here at night. Tonight wasn't too bad. We didn't get too much malicious interference tonight. So, okay, that's it. Unless there's somebody with a final check-in, we're going to go QRT. This is Mark in North Carolina with K4M. Call now.
KM4TC, Kilo Mike 4, Tango Charlie's. I'll give you one for the numbers, Mark.
One for the numbers. Who's that?
Kilo Mike 4, Tango Charlie, Van in 4 Oaks.
Okay, very good. Van, good to hear from you. Thank you. I understood you just wanted to get a quick check-in, and you've done that. Much appreciated. 4 Oaks, North Carolina. If you don't know where that is, y'all check it out. Pretty cool area. And Kilo Mike 4 Tango Charlie from K4M. You're in the log, Van. All the best.
Yeah, 7-3, Mark. Yeah, I just came across you and recognized your voice. Thought I'd hop in. Person saying you didn't quite get the 40 or whatever, but I just thought I'd give you one for the numbers.
All right, no problem. Yeah, the number doesn't matter. It's not the quantity, it's the quality. And thank you for upgrading this activation with your check-in. How about that, Van? All right, Kilo 4 Mike, anybody else before we shut it down? Call now. All right, the Sierra Tango Whiskey Echo 8, Sierra Tango Chris, Desher, Ohio. Nice signal. This is Mark in North Carolina. Good evening.
Hey, good evening, Mark. Really good
keep up the good work. I love history myself. I've kept with the revolution and one of the things that I've talked about a whole lot. But I think along the line of everything you're saying, it's one of the most important
spoken there. A lot of congruent comments there we both share. So thank you. Appreciate you stopping by. That's Chris in Desher, Ohio. Whiskey Echo 8 Sierra Tango speaking some good words there. Thank you, Chris. All right, Kilo 4 Mike, Mark in North Carolina. Before we shut it down, anybody else call now?
Whiskey Alpha 8 Sierra X-Ray Papa. Whiskey Alpha 8 Sierra X-Ray Papa, Patton, Tennessee.
November 4 Whiskey X-Ray Uniform.
Okay, let's see. We got a couple of stations there heard. I think it's November 4 Whiskey X-Ray Uniform in Alabama. The Sierra X-Ray Papa station first heard. I believe it's an 8 call. Your call again, please.
Yeah, affirmative. It's Whiskey Alpha 8 Sierra X-Ray Papa. Whiskey Alpha 8 Sierra X-Ray Papa.
Yeah, Pat, Decatur, Tennessee. This is Mark across the mountain here in North Carolina. Welcome to Kilo 4 Mike. You are on the stump. Good evening.
Good evening. I enjoy your conversation tonight.
Well, thank you. Thank you for being part of the audience there and speaking up, and really appreciate it there. Now, where is Decatur? What are you near there? What larger city, please?
I'm about 35 miles north of Chattanooga.
Oh, so let's see. I know where Dayton is. Are you below Dayton?
Actually, I'm only probably about 10 miles from Dayton as the crow flies. If you draw a line between Dayton, Athens, and Cleveland, like a triangle there, I'm kind of right in the middle of that triangle.
Ah, very good. Okay, beautiful country. I used to come over to Dayton. There was a gentleman up there, it was Rich Kinslow. He owns like a whole mountain over there and had a nice log cabin on top of it. We used to drive our Hummers. We had the military Hummers. We'd go off the wide trails. You know, Jeep trails were no good. A Hummer was 7 foot wide. And, you know, where there's boulders and trees, you just, you know, you can't go. So he had these big, wide off-road trails there. Beautiful country. All right, Pat, nice to hear from you. Thank you for your check-in, riding along, and thank you for your kind words. Whiskey Alpha 8 Sierra X-Ray Papa from Kilo 4 Mike, 7-3.
73 back to you. This is Whiskey Alpha 8 Sierra X-Ray Papa.
All right, 7-3. November 4 Whiskey X-Ray United. I'll let you tell me what name you prefer. Lafayette, Alabama. Good French name. This is Mark in North Carolina. Welcome to Kilo 4 Mike. Good evening.
Roger, and Kilo 4 Mike. And, yeah, we prefer Judd Juliet Uniform Delta. Juliet Uniform Delta. And we are 90 miles southwest of Atlanta. 80 miles northeast of Montgomery in this little town called Lafayette.
Yeah, very good. Okay, well, we can celebrate that origin of the name. There is part of history. Some that favor Lafayette and some that don't. So. Anyway, all right. Well, Judd, nice to have you join us, and thank you for the call as we're wrapping up this activation. You are number 39, and for no particular reason, it doesn't really matter. We kind of get to 40 and usually start to think about resting the voice for tomorrow. November 4, Whiskey X-Ray United from Kilo 4 Mike, you are in the log. Judd, all the best.
Thank you, sir, and you have a good one. November 4, Whiskey X-Ray United.
All right. Yeah, I like your name, too. That's cool. There used to be an old TV show called Judd for the Defense. Are you old enough to remember that? It was a lawyer courtroom series, Judd for the Defense. Does that ring a bell?
It does ring a bell, and our age is 71. Roger, roger.
Ah, okay. Well, I turned 65 yesterday, so yeah, you remember that and all those great shows, the Combat and 12 O'Clock High, and Car 54. Where are you? A little bit of humor. Got to have a little bit of humor. All right, 7-3 Judd. All right, anyone else before we go QRT? Kilo 4 Mike, listening. All right, there was a Bravo Oscar and a Sierra Zulu. Both of y'all sound like low-power QRP stations. Not to be critical, just observation. But we'll give it a whirl here. I'm not going to belabor it, but let me go with the Bravo Oscar station. You've got a great window here, so get up into the microphone, get your diaphragm pushing some air from those lungs, and let me hear your full call phonetically, please. Call now.
Kilo Charlie 0, Victor Romeo Oscar.
Okay, I think I got it. Good job. You are much more audible there. Kilo Charlie 0, Victor Romeo Oscar. And you're not in zero land. We don't really do call zones anymore, do we? Rob in Bon Air, Georgia, I believe. Do I have the call correct? Over. Okay, what is happening tomorrow? You're really light. Are you at 100 watts or more? Over. Yeah, 20 watts from Georgia to North Carolina this time of night. Man, I'm surprised I'm even hearing you. But nice little radio there. And now you were saying something about tomorrow. Let me give you one more chance there. Over. Okay, you'll be listening tomorrow. Gotcha. I thought you were maybe going to like a historic site tomorrow. Well, in effect, you will be, because you're going to tune in. So sometime during the day, 20 meters, and then back probably 40 meters tomorrow night. This has been good to us tonight. We haven't had any hooligans or hecklers, except early on. We had somebody set up 2 KC away from us, but that was handled. And I appreciate that. Okay, 7-3 Rob. Let me let you clear. Kilo Charlie 0, Victor Romeo Oscar. Until tomorrow, 7-3. Good night. All right, the Zulu, just like Rob did. Get that diaphragm pumping some air across those vocal cords. Get up in the microphone. Let me hear you. Your full call sign phonetically, please. Call now. All right. Somebody doubled with you there that didn't end in Zulu. I was calling for the station ending in Zulu. but I think I got it. Kilo Alpha 1 Bravo Sierra Zulu Clyde in Fairleigh, Vermont to QSL. You in the log there. It's a pretty rough copy, but I understand you just swung by the frequency here, and good to have you. We'll be back tomorrow evening. This has been really a good spot for us here, so we might be back here around 7:20. So we'll see if it's open. All right, 7-3, Clyde. All right, I think there was one last station I heard call, QRZ. All right, I believe I've got Kilo Delta 2, Uniform Delta, Uniform Wayne in St. Pete, Florida, QSL. Yeah, again, light copy, but we got you in the log here. You're about a 3x3, and that's even like below my noise level. So just picking up some gaps there, and got your call somehow there. So all right, yeah. Well, you need to go to Tampa to Burns Steakhouse and have yourself a good meal and save room for that dessert bar upstairs. I hope you've had a chance to visit Burns Steakhouse. There's some good history there. All right, 7-3, everyone. Davis, 7-3, thank you. Okay, you were talking about a song, Jason Aldean song. Don't know that one. For everybody there, finished at 42 of outstanding check-ins there. I've certainly enjoyed the evening and I hope others have. And again, a shout out to all the shortwave listeners. I get emails from quite a few around the world there. So we didn't have a DX station tonight. We sure did. Okay. All right, we started out with the Kilo Echo 8 Oscar November station, and I couldn't quite get the last of his call. The Kilo Echo 8 Oscar November, are you still there? There was a Kilo Echo 8 Oscar November question mark. Are you still on frequency? Okay, nothing heard. All right, so we'll finish at 41 there. All right, that's it. It's time to rest the voice, and hopefully we can pick things up tomorrow. Band was in pretty good shape tonight. No M or X class flares.
Un amplificateur aussi, fait que ça l'aide.
Just talking barefooted, doing about 200 watts, but yeah, you sound good too. That little carrier there, I like that.
What? I'm thinking him and Bobby Dahl and somebody else used to talk down there quite a bit.
Yeah.
I think Bobby Dahl and them talked and Brent snored. Yeah, I used to get there and talk there, and that's the reason I recall it now.
Did I hear Keith?
Well, enjoy, guys. I'm going to go in here and try to catch a little nap, and then maybe I'll catch you in the morning and back to bed.
See you, Hammer.
WA4WAM. I've had fun.
See you later, lesbian. Good night, Wham. You always sound good. Catch you later, Wham. On my transceiver.
Good night there, sweet ass Johnny.
Yeah.
Johnny, is your ass really sweet?
You get your ass in there. That woman come in there naked. You get out of here.
Did she really do that? Wayne, that excites me.
Oh, no, Johnny was up at the Hamfest. Somebody sent me a video of Johnny and had some kind of white powder all over his ass, and I asked him if he sat down in some sugar because it looked like he had a mighty sweet ass.
Oh, okay. Sugar ass, huh?
Get out of here, Dunkin' Donut.
Hey, Johnny, did you hear Dick Butkus died?
No, I didn't. No.
Dick Butkus. I'm trying to think what he was. Football player?
Yeah. You say he died?
Yep.
When did he die?
On the 6th of last month? No, the 6th of this month.
Today was the 5th.
I didn't even hear you, Bruce.
I think he died yesterday, Bruce.
How come it says the... Oh, it says the 5th.
Oh, he drank a 5th.
I love seeing clothesline them tight ends and stuff and just cut them a flip.
Yeah.
Well, he just stick his arm out and smack. Johnny, I don't know. I talked on that 756 Pro 2 or 3 nights there. I got back on the 7600. Boy, I'll tell you, it's a toss-up.
I told you, them damn Pro 3's just as good.
Yeah, that's what I mean. You know, golly, I don't know. I'm well satisfied with it. I didn't even know it had that thing on like 7600 where if it goes idle, not talking, and it goes, that runs your call sign all over the place on the screen.
Oh yeah, screensaver. Yeah, that's to keep from burning the screen.
Yeah. I need to, Kevin said that I ought to turn that screen light or whatever it is all the way up, not turn it back.
That's right.
But I need to get in there sometime when I've got it on and we'll change it and see where it's at.
We'll change it.
Yeah, with your help, I'll change it.
Oh.
56 Pro, because you had one.
Oh.
I mean, you know, did you graduate in high school?
No.
Well, I see. I only got an 8th grade education. I can't even hardly pick my damn nose.
Me too, JP.
Good God Almighty.
Damn, just like what we all want to hear. I quit in the 5th grade.
Well, pick the nose. Quit in the 5th grade? Well, you didn't even get a chance to drink any milk, did you?
Hardly.
My dad, they made him quit school in the 10th grade. He married the teacher.
Yeah.
Your dad married the teacher? Yeah, well, he's about 7 years older than she was. Oh, it was a female. I thought it was a male.
Hell, I was the only one in the 6th grade that had driver's license. Kind of like Jethro. 7th grade, I was old enough to date teachers.
I was in love with my music teacher. She was a hot mama.
I got you didn't go to Andrews up here because all the teachers up here are 70 frickin' years old and older. Boy, the sharpest one we had up here was Connie Dyer. She knew it, son. She'd come in with them damn mini skirts on and them damn high heels and her hair all fixed up. She'd prance in there in the high school and she knew what the hell she was doing.
I bet there's a lot of them creamed their games, didn't they?
My God, she was sharp. We only had one younger teacher. That was in the 6th grade. And she was a pretty good looking woman. But all the other teachers we had was old people. Old Miss Pinson. That old bitch would take a paddle and bend your hand backwards and just paddle the hell out of it.
Ooh-wee. Well, we had a high school teacher in high school when I was in 8th grade. His name was Kent Shriver or something like that. And he'd take that damn paddle and he'd go running to go in the men's room so the kids come in there smoking their rats.
Well, I tell you. My dad went to the schoolhouse up there and told the principals. He said, looky here. He said, if my youngest comes home and tells me that you have to beat them with a paddle, he said, I'm coming up here and I'm going to beat somebody's friggin' head. He said, now, if you get out there and get you a hickory, he said, I don't give a damn if you bring blood out of them. If you whoop them with a hickory, but you better not hit them with no damn board. And we never did get a paddling with a board from a school.
Sounded like your daddy kind of took care of business.
Well, I got plenty of them. Yeah, that Dad didn't believe in them, beating them with a board, but he told them, he said, I don't care if you just take a leather belt and wire their eyes plumb off, or take a hickory and wire their eyes out till the blood comes out of it. He said, if they come home and tell me that you just hit them with a paddle, he said, I'm coming up here and you damn well not like it. I got so many paddles, I took and hid the paddle one day. She couldn't find it, so she went to the window stick and got the 2x4 out of the window to help the window up. They didn't have air conditioning in the grade school where I went. Well, we didn't have air conditioning either. Or in the high school. No, they just opened the windows up. Yeah, she got mad, boy. She went there and got that window stick and wore me out.
I got one paddle in school, and believe it or not, it was in the damn first grade.
First grade?
Yeah, they used to paddle on me in the first grade.
What did you do?
Believe it or not, Bruce, they always rang a bell, and then everybody lined up in their line, and I got in the wrong damn line, and the teacher, what she done, she had a list, everybody had to line up a certain place, and she said, Arthur, what are you doing in that line? I said, this is the line I must go in. No, she said, you're in the wrong line. Pull out a line there and stand. I did. She come down, she said, bend over. And she took that paddle and wore my ass out.
So did you remember which line you were supposed to be in after that?
Yeah, I took a chalk and marked that place there for to stand. I didn't want more of them ass meetings. And her name was Miss Urey, and she was a damn wino.
What's wrong with that?
Well, all she done was drink. She come to school drunk.
Well, what's wrong with that?
Well, I know, but I hate to get whooped by a drunk. Then Miss Taylor, she was second grade teacher, and Miss Haney was the third grade teacher. Hell, I know all of them. The best teacher has one of the seventh grade, Mr. Staff. He was a male. He was a teacher, and he was also the principal of the school. And I was playing basketball. The name of the school had a big, tall black guy, and we had to play him that night. And I heard he was on the phone. He had a phone in his room, and he was telling that principal up there. He said, I know you've got a big, tall black boy up there, but he said, I got a Pearson boy here. Said he's about 6 foot, and said he can go up and bring the ball down. He said, so y'all gonna have your hands full. We lost. back at 8 LRO.
Well, I think I'm going to unhook this thing and take it to the house and hook it up.
It sounds pretty good.
Yeah, I'll see how it does on that 1200. K4 okay, unplugging.
Alrighty.
Catch you later.
Yeah, I thought about posting there on the...
No, I don't think once you have polio, there's not a cure for it.
Kilo X-ray 2 Tango. Hello 1-2, testing 1-2, testing 1-2. Kilo X-ray number 2 Tango. KX2T. Kilo X-ray 2 Tango. Hello 1-2, testing 1-2.
For station November 4, Zulu Echo, what was your last letter?
Kilo.
There you go. We got you, Ron. Check-ins for 80-meter Ole Miss. Ole Miss Net, worked all states and awards type net. All general class above are welcome. Please call.
Tempo cloud, scattered 1,800 feet. 100 feet. Becoming between 0700 and 0900. Visibility 6 kilometers. No significant weather. Cloud scattered at 300 feet. Geneva forecast. Geneva valid from the 6th at 0300 until the 7th at 0900. Wind calm. Cabo Cay, forecast maximum temperature 21 on the 6th at 15.
First report check. Have a previous report. Delta, call out the way, step by.
B48 Bravo, and secondary frequency is 5550, crossing 60 west at 60 west. You can call New York on 8906, secondary 5598. Here's cell call back.
At 54-8 Bravo, your secondary frequency is 5550, crossing 60 west, New York, 8906 to the secondary 5598.
Thank you, have a good day.
Good day.
Okay. And I'm about 2 inches away.
Yes, sir, Larry. That sounds a whole lot better. Man, I don't care who's in here. You all...
Simplex somewhere usually.
Well, I'll have to look tomorrow.
Around Lake Robinson, there were several around there. I hadn't been up through there in a long time. I think the one on Highway 15 is still there. That's right.
Maybe that's a state park thing, you know. Everybody got to have a what you call it.
Pretty good, pretty good. Fine and dandy like cotton candy.
Back and we built houses with just me and my stepfather's oldest brother, just the two of us, and most of the houses we built had basements. So whenever we had to pour cement, the truck would come, but before time, there was no hose to put it where you wanted. We had to put up wooden horses we had, and we had these long chutes that we would hook up so that when the truck poured the cement into the first chute there, had a pitch to go down, and we would get just about everybody, all the guys and cousins and stuff to come, and with rake, shovels, and hose, we'd be pulling the cement down to get it into the basement floor, and then a lot of hollering and screaming, hurry the hell up, and all that kind of stuff, and then a couple of us doing the floating, and it was a big deal. WT2TT.
KF4JGU. Hey, you want to talk about a footer? How about when we start a high-rise over here on the beach side? Quite a few of them. Probably 18 or 20 of them, and 24 stories and stuff. But they would start Friday afternoon. They would line up all the concrete plants in the area. There's 3 or 4 of them: Quillian's, Lehigh, Rinker, all those guys. They'd get all the trucks. They'd line them up on A1A, and they'd keep them lined up. And they would start dumping concrete Friday afternoon, and they'd dump all night long, and they'd dump all Saturday, and all Saturday night long into Sunday morning. And everybody slept in your trucks and worked in shifts. They hired every concrete finisher they could find in the whole area to work there when they did these big footers on these high rises. And I mean, they would dump and dump. It's never going to fill up. It's about Saturday evening you'd start see it coming up. You have to vibrate, throw these big long vibrators in there and work it. And now that was pouring some concrete, just the footers on those buildings over there to keep those high rises from falling over.
Wow. They had dug many trenches with a pick and shovel, like you're saying, for the foundation. In the summer heat, 90-something degrees, or in the winter when the ground's frozen. But I think the law was you had to go down 18 inches or something like that, and did a lot of it we did with pick and shovel. Later on, I think the last year before I went in the Navy, then they finally got somebody with one of them, I forgot what the hell you call them, the backhoe.
Oh yeah, my old man, he was pretty, I wouldn't say cheap, he believed in using manual labor. You could have got some tools back in the day, I'm sure, a backhoe or something. No, not him. Line the guys up, let's get it going. That's, and it's just, nowadays, I'll pull off the road sometimes and watch them if I'm out early and they're doing a big monolithic slab or something, and I'm amazed because they pull up it looks like a crane, but it's a pump truck. And it goes, that thing reaches out 200 feet, 300 feet, some of them. And the trucks are lined up dumping the mud in them, and they pour these slabs so wet. We used to have to, there was an inspector on the site, and they would do slump checks. because the wetter the mud, the weaker the mud. And I'm watching these guys pour these slabs out nowadays. It's cha-chunk, 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 and it's just the guys are leaning on the rakes out there and barely doing anything while he's pumping it out because it's just flowing. And I'm like, now back in the day, we were breaking our backs pulling it. It would pile up. It was a 4-inch slump. There was none just running wet all over the place because they wanted it stiff for strength.
You know, yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. Well, us too. Yeah, we, you know, with rakes, hoses, shovels. Yeah, we put it in place, and then you got a 2x4, put it across the forms, and then you know, one guy on one side, one guy on the other, and you go back and forth, floating it, you know, making it even.
Let me say, the slope or the slump. This is how it is. At least with my son, he pours a lot of concrete. He's a general contractor. I say, Sal, why don't you put a little bit more juice in that concrete, man? Loosen it up. You're killing these guys. Dad, I got to pull these forms. I got to get the hell out of here. I got work waiting. I can't have that juicy mix like that. I can't pull my forms. I got to stay longer and I give it another second or maybe a third time. I got to put a finish on it. It's too loose to work with. And I say, I know, but man, I tell you, when in my day, Sal, I wanted it pretty loose because I had like a 2-3-man band.
That's what you...
Oh, now. I didn't think that was a SM-20.
I didn't even know you had NICOM in the shack there.
People who may not know it, the Teamsters are called Teamsters because they originally drove teams of horses on horse-drawn wagons. Their name for the modern truck drivers. So for all of you who knew that, well, then you knew that, and if you didn't, that's what I'm telling you. Anyway, back to you, Pete. This is AI5GL.
All right, awesome. Awesome info there, Pam. Thank you, and Richard, and you guys are about 40 over as well. Let's keep going down to the city that I think eventually is going to get some fall. Maybe this weekend, KF5 UTM, NOLA Jack in New Orleans.
All right, Pete. Nothing much going on today. Just a work in the shack and, went out with some friends. But that's...
Man, I spent a lot of time at the Children's Hospital up in Columbus. My daughter was born in 71 or 71.
The local crazies are doing. Probably catch you guys tomorrow. WNOS.
Get you later, Jim. KC9GGS.
7-3, all.
See you soon. I hear you quite well.
In the belt. Oh, okay. He said it was full of water, but and it was making it slip. That's why it wasn't pulling.
Right. How much did he charge you for that?
He didn't charge me anything because I done paid $1 gazillion for it. So
Hey Jim, come on in. Over.
So the next year, all of the trees that we had, I want to say the myrtle trees, died. And so I dug those up, and once again, put rock, I did backfill those.
I'm about 10 miles south of Chattanooga, Tennessee, over.
All right. Well, certainly nice to meet you. Yeah, you're coming in good too. So the band's pretty good. It's kind of shifting around though. I was up the bandways listening, just eavesdropping on another conversation, and guys would be 20 over 9 1 minute, the next minute they were kind of fading out. So it's kind of
kind of moving around, but it's very good on you. Over.